Hey everyone, my name is Jason Hoffman with Real World Marketer. So today I want to talk to you about two things. Two things. One being take massive action, which you've probably actually heard before. Number two, the key component there is making progress with that action you took. So, quick background for me. I was always doing the 9 to 5 gigs, which is really common, right? Like everybody works 9 to 5, at their jobs. Now that's all fine and dandy. I, learned a ton of, stuff. I picked up great skill sets, great experiences, great relationships with other people. I wouldn't change that for the world. However, what I was lacking in was freedom. So time, finances, whatever. That was what I was lacking. So I thought, well, these things are really important to me. I hated not having control over my schedule, my money, and my time. I was always, relying on the employer, which for me is kind of a risk. It's risky to kind of put all your eggs in that basket and hope that the company doesn't go down or you don't get fired or whatever it would be. And truth be told, I've got a variety, wide variety of things I've done in the past. I was a carpenter for several years. The majority of my career has been in exotic animal training. More recently, I've been installing security systems and smart home automation kind of stuff into houses. I don't do that anymore. But that's one thing, with my, recent company I had worked with, I found that everything that I loved, the reason why I joined that company, everything I loved about it had changed, had shifted about 6 months into the job, to where I was kind of sitting there going, this isn't as enjoyable as it was, when I started. So I started to reevaluate things. I started thinking, well, this sucks. I don't have control over it. I don't have control over my pay, my schedule. Everything's changing. I can't do anything. And that's when I was sitting in traffic one day and thinking, there's got to be a better way. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. There's got to be a better way. So I heard about, building passive income with various different streams. So I started looking into those, thinking like, well, what would be fun? What's something enjoyable that can build passive income, but that could also give me the time freedom I want to spend with friends and family and the money and all that good stuff? Like, what is it? So that's when I started scheming. I started going, okay, well, where am I going to start? Where am I going to, I need to take action. I need to take massive action, but where am I going to begin? So I started looking into it, started researching online, and I have to say, it's really hard to cut through the noise. There's lots of opportunities out there, lots of stuff out there, really hard to filter through it all. I actually invested in I don't know, a couple things that I haven't even touched. I spent $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on, and I haven't even used because, I found that once I joined their stuff, there was so much more commitment and that it wasn't exactly how it panned out to be. They weren't upfront about it all. So I ended up, about a year ago, the end of 2016, I started a retail store selling teak furniture. It's American Teak, AmericanTeak.com. Still operate that store, love it, learning about it every day, trying to build it up. It's a long process. That's one thing. It takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment, but it's been so much fun. I just, everything I've learned so far has been excellent. Now, one thing that I was lacking in was advertising skills and putting out quality content. I'm not a content writer by heart, so that's where I said, okay, what's the best thing? If I want to scale up this business, what do I do? Well, I invest in yourself, right? I mean, learn if it's advertising you're lacking in, learn about advertising, right? So I started looking for opportunities for programs and communities out there that offered the kind of tools, resources, and education, mentoring, etc. that could take not only my business, my online business to the next level, but even my lifestyle to kind of boost that path. I wanted to learn about things that it would not only help that business, but it could even help create other passive income opportunities. Because the goal for me, and maybe for you, should be to have multiple streams of passive income, or at least mostly passive income. That's a term where you can kind of loosely throw around. Things aren't really too passive until you really build and scale things up. Anyway, so I came across a company after doing so much research. I came across a company called AWOL Academy. Kayala Kanai and Cameron George are guys running the show. These guys built great wealth and freedom through freelance marketing. So they have this excellent program called AWOL Academy that they teach you how to advertise. Doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're a brick and mortar, if you're an online store, drop shipping store, affiliate marketer, whatever it is you are, this program is right up your alley. Because what it does is it covers all that Facebook ad stuff, because that stuff is complex, and Facebook, Google, things, they are not forgiving to the uneducated, more novice type level people. Email lists, huge thing. Email lists and content writing, they cover all of that. It's amazing. And the best part about it is to get in on it doesn't cost anything. You can get a free kind of starter guide, and that's where I started with. I wasn't sure about these guys, didn't know about them, so I really looked into them, dug into them, looked in forums, really vetted them before I took action. But what I did was I said, okay, let me download this PDF, see what it's all about. Downloaded that, joined a webinar, which they have a free 2-hour webinar where it goes in depth. This is what we do, this is how we do it. It's amazing, and it doesn't cost anything. So I was really excited about that. Not that I'm willing to invest money and stuff like that into education. It's really important, especially when you're running a business. But it's all about taking baby steps. I wanted to see kind of what it was all about. And whatnot. So that is, and since I've joined that community, oh my gosh, it's been amazing. There's a huge level of support. There's personalization. It's not like you're thrown in, you're not like some fish in the sea. They really personalize. They dig into what it is that you specifically individually need to succeed in life, in wealth and health and whatever. So it's a great opportunity. So I wanted to share that with you. Now the other key component to taking action, like in that instance, I was like, when I was at my job, I decided to take action on becoming an entrepreneur and working for myself and taking grabbing everything by the reins, and going with it. And that led me to, learning about advertising. I was taking action. But the key to taking action too is to also make progress. So just signing up and, whatever isn't going to get you the results you need. You got to take action, you got to get in there, and you got to go in depth, and you have to commit. Get into that. Commit to it, learn about everything, just soak it up like a sponge and learn as much as you can, because everything you learn is going to help you succeed. Even if you're learning about things you're not necessarily using right at this moment, you very likely will be in the not so distant future, because who knows, things change. You just have to make that progression. You have to keep at it and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And eventually, you're gonna reach a point where and you probably won't even notice it. You're gonna kind of sit there and reflect one day on the beach drinking Corona or whatever, and you're gonna sit there and go, wow, here I am, financially free, freedom of time. I can spend time with my family. I can do all those things that are really important to me, because life is short. You gotta really make the best of it, and you gotta enjoy it. So if you're sitting there and you're not quite enjoying what you do, maybe consider other options. Take charge. That's really the great thing is there's so many opportunities out there, and the online space is massive, so you don't have to worry about competition so much. There's plenty of space for everyone to succeed, and you can all, the communities that are there, when they're all drawn together like that, everyone pushes each other forward. It's kind of like AWOL Academy takes away the guesswork. They say, look, this is how to do it. We have tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed until we created something great, and we're sharing that something great with you. So that's great. And not only that, once you're part of the community and you're in the Facebook groups and things like that, then you have other people doing the same thing. They've tried and failed, and they're sharing that information with you, so you don't have to try and fail just like they did. It's kind of like you're starting already ahead. So anyway, with that being said, basic advice, moral of the story, take massive action, and don't forget to make progress, to really just keep going and keeping at it. So anyway, there should be a link below somewhere around this video to if you want to download a free copy, like a starter guide for freelance marketing, you can get it there. Learn about AWOL, check into them, check it out. It's awesome. And of course, Real World Marketer. RealWorldMarketer.com is a great resource for the best tools and inspiration and tips to go, build and scale your business or whatever it is you need. It's all kind of in one sweet spot there for you. Also, Facebook.com/Real World Marketer. Like the page and stay up to date on the latest and greatest that's happening there. It's a really fun spot to follow. Anyway, thank you so much. Get out there, hustle, take massive action, make progress, and I'll see you somewhere